There we go. I believe it is transitioning. There we go. We're live. Hopefully this live stream goes smoother than the last live stream that I tried. I actually know, at least somewhat, I have some experience doing live streaming stuff. But I don't do a lot of live streaming on YouTube. All right. Wait for some people to get in here and start chatting because I've got plans for us. Things to talk about. Lumix related, L-mount related, lots of things. A live stream, that's right. Something that we tried. How's it going, John? Something that we tried at Cinegear with the GH7. But, you know, it didn't go very well. Hi from India. Yo, appreciate you coming in from India. I think India is one of my top demographics outside of, at least this past year, outside of the US. So, looks good. Good. That makes me happy. In Switzerland, Flip. Yo, I appreciate you joining from Flipperman, Switzerland. Afternoon. Hassan, how we doing, everybody? In the Lumix, yeah, branching out. Rebel. Yeah, I try to pop into the Lumix streams, but you know, I'm not always there. I mostly just come in there to kind of like poke fun at Sean and Matt. Just kind of like tease them, annoy them while I'm in there. Also to kind of help out you guys and try and answer questions as well. Norway, we got a lot of variety here. Netherlands. Yo, welcome everybody. I got some fun things planned actually for this stream. Live from my mom's basement, just a random stranger. Exactly. Then Almanux from Japan. Fun fact, I'm probably going back to Japan next spring. Not for Lumix. This is a different thing, but... You have the S5 too? Are you very much satisfied? Good. Me as well. I'm actually streaming, for those who are curious. I'm on the S5 II right now. I'm on the 24 millimeter. Yeah, 24 millimeter prime as well. Hey, don't you guys see my ferro fluid, my venom fluid in the background? Sorry, I promise. We're going to talk about camera stuff. I promise, guys. I've got a bunch of tabs opened up right here. But yeah, we've got my ferro fluid, my crazy venom fluid in the background. I don't know. I just think it's cool, okay? I want cool things on my desk, okay? I actually have two desks. This is my, for those who are gamers, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that's a gamer, but this is my gaming desk. So I'm streaming on my PC right now. My work desk is back here. So I work on videos over there. If you've watched any of my videos where I'm on my laptop, that's the desk that you see. But yeah, this is my gaming desk. But yeah. Japan summer. Yeah, I've heard it's really hot and humid. We'll be coming in the spring, most likely. How's the music level, by the way, too? I try to keep it very kind of calm in the background. I could even just turn off the music, too, but... yeah. And, okay, so, first off, I'm going to kind of say something. Live streaming. I kind of want to start doing live streaming more often. Not like every day. Maybe once a week. But probably something more like every other week. And I want to start doing it to talk about just anything camera related. Like, a lot of it will still be Lumix related. So today I'm going to be talking about a lot of new products and stuff like that that were announced or released. And some of them I feel a little sad because a lot of it L-mount users, Lumix users can't take advantage of, at least right now. But it makes me feel really sad because these are a lot of things that I'm quite interested in and I would like to use, but I can't take advantage of them because, well, we're going to get into it. The other thing is, I want to talk about like films. I want to talk about film, 35 millimeter film photography. I have something I'll talk about at the end of the stream, but I've gotten really into shooting on film. And the next video I'm going to be posting on the channel is going to be my first kind of dip into talking about my journey with 35 millimeter film. Yeah, so, and then, but feel free, anybody in the chat, ask me anything Lumix related, camera related, my interests, whatever. I know live streaming is kind of a totally different experience, and it's a way you can kind of just get to know me personally. Ask me what I'm working on. You can ask what I do for work, and I'll try to answer best I can. So it's fine, decent level. Okay, because I can turn it down. Barely audible. Okay, that's perfect. I want it to be just barely audible in the background. Oh, hold on, guys. My wife's calling me. My wife's calling me. Hold on. Hey. Can I call you back? I just started a live stream. Okay, because I'm like, if it's really important, you can tell me now, but I can... Oh, okay. And it might be like an hour or two. Is that okay? Okay. Talk to you later. Love you, bye. Sorry, guys. Just the timing, it's immaculate. Hey, William, I recognize you. Northern Cali. Oh, Cali, right? Calif. Panasonic music box. That's what it is. The Panasonic music box in the background. What I should do is have speakers, so then the fluid in the background can go to the beat of the music instead of just my voice. Anyways, we're getting ADHD brain. Do I shave the hair off your feet? Just so you guys know, just a random stranger. I'm gonna dox you guys. I'm gonna dox him. Well, not dox him. I'm gonna reveal his true identity. Just a random stranger is Tyler. So don't take anything he says seriously. If you've seen a video with Tyler in it, then there you go. Don't dox me, bro. Don't dox me. Yeah, let's just dox him. He lives, let's pull up Google Maps. Hey, actually, yeah, the Kato pre-sale opens on October 8th. I was just going to say, new Lumix Music Street Box. Shave the hair off my feet. So, yeah, that was one thing I was going to talk about is, I'll just pull it up because I have it pulled up. So, Blazar, they just released a whole set of, new focal lengths for their anamorphics. I don't know how much you guys are into anamorphics, but yeah, they've got a 33 millimeter in full frame now, which at first I was not crazy about these lenses. The more I've seen footage though of, hold on, I want to go to the, here we go, explore bundles. Yeah, the first time I saw these, I wasn't really crazy about them, but the more footage I've seen of them, I actually really like the look of them. And I'm debating, I have some Sure anamorphics. I'm debating of replacing them. So, yeah. How do you shoot in log profile? Can't understand still. Missed a lot of the project. What do you mean? Are you having trouble like for exposing? Is that what you mean for vlog? Or just log in general? Ron, I know she understands though. Yo, I'm live streaming. she understands my job and just what I do. She understands, so it's good. If it was really important, she would you know, make me talk about it right then. Really, an OM1 gifted in an old chest? Dude, those are like the best stories. Those are the stories that I search for when it comes to camera gear, you know? Absolutely in love with the cam. Works amazing. Zero problems. That's exactly how I feel. He dismissed the white beat. I didn't dismiss her, okay? Okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Anyways, the other focal lengths though that they announced, I think it was the 125 millimeter. Just gonna pull up the full set. The 125. They had 45, 65, and 100. The 33 is new. I think the 50's possibly new too, or maybe it's just the 85, 125, and 33. But yeah, the more footage I've seen of them. Well, oh hey, it's Cam Mackey. Cam Mackey's video. I was gonna see more. Some more footage. We can kind of look at some while we're here. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. The more I know, this is like test footage, so this is probably like best case scenario. But the more I've seen of the Blazars, I've really liked the look of them. The Remus, to be in particular. I don't know how I feel about the Katos. I know it's 2 times anamorphic, and a lot of people they love like the anamorphic, the very much like anamorphic look. I don't know how to explain it. Just but like I kind of like in between. The more that I've used anamorphic, I think I like 1.5, 1.6 the most. It's like just enough anamorphic that it's not like in your face, I guess, anamorphic. If a train leaves Ohio at noon, going 120 miles per hour, and an egg is boiled for 7 minutes in Detroit, what will the color of the smell taste like? Bro. My brain, it would be 7. 7. The more you use, yeah, Blazar, the more you just want to shoot anamorphic. That's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, the new B set. That's right. 33 is the new single lens. That's right. Yeah, I really like them. This 33 is really nice. It looks like their lens was a little like tilted in this. Is that just me? Like it wasn't like straight on. Maybe that's a characteristic of the 33. But it look right here. It looks like it's not like center. Like the lens is like twisted a little bit on the mount. But S5 2X AF doesn't work well. I think it's work only on DFD. What do you mean the AF doesn't work well? Because for me, like I'm using the AF right now on the S5 2X, and the AF works amazing for me. Is there something in particular that like is making you feel like the AF doesn't work well? They work well? Come back to here. Anyways, yeah, so Blazar Remus lenses are kind of new. That's not necessarily like one of the main things I'm going to bring up. The main things I'm going to bring up next is about the other gear. But you can also pre-order the Katos. Where'd it go? You can pre-order the Katos as well, though, if those are ones that interest you guys. I'll put links too down in the description to these websites. Some of the links could be affiliate links, so if you want to support me, thank you. Okay, so Blazar done. works slow and miss the focus. Are you on the default settings? Here, let me grab my camera. Hold on. Yeah, are you just on like the default setting? I know it might be kind of hard to. There you go. Just 0 and 0. Or have you tried other AF settings? Because yeah, if you camera. Just froze. Stand by, guys. Stand by. I'm sure you guys can still hear me, but something happened with my camera. Stand by. There we go. I don't know why that keeps doing that. It has something to do with my HDMI cable, I think. So when if I hit it too hard, it breaks. So we'll be more careful. I know I killed my camera. What happened? Try a F9 for test. I won't do it right now, but I'll look into it. I haven't had issues though, just so you know, when it comes to autofocus on the S5 II, S5 IIX. I personally will usually use the default setting. So whatever the factory settings are when it comes to the autofocus. I just think it gives it the most, for a while I used AF speed 2, and then just left the subject detection. Then yeah, hold on. It's not receiving enough video. I don't know what's going on with the stream. I'm sorry that it's not as consistent as it should be, but it looks like we're okay still. It says that viewers are going to experience buffering, so it could be the stream is fine. I wonder if it's just the recording, the bit rate that I'm using. So good to know for next time. I'm sorry if you guys encounter issues, so I'm sleeping in thought. I have to think about it, okay? If possible. For vlog, the best advice I can give is to just expose right in the middle, middle exposure for me. There's a lot of opinions on how to expose for vlog. I actually made a video here. Let me find this video. I made a video about this a while back. Let me find it and I'll post a link in the chat. I haven't used the new Sigma cinema lens. No, I haven't, Hassan. No problem with AF, yeah. Getting SDI on the S1H upgrade, hopefully coming soonish. SDI, really? On the S1H? Is that real? Or is that fake news? Yeah, where'd you hear that from? Do I still use my dual lens? I do have my dual lens on projects. I want to use them on a project. So I'm in the works of writing a short film that I want to do. And I want to use my kit for that. But as of right now, my dual lens kit, they sit at the rental house and they get rented out. Oh, I gotta sign in. 1 second. I'm not gonna see chat for a second. I gotta sign in to this so I can post. Oh wait, I could post it over here. So Daniel, if you go to that video that I just posted, PDF doesn't work when I had the aperture on f8 or higher. Well, I mean, when you're at f8 or higher, most things are going to be in focus. And so, like, you're probably not going to see much of the focus. And what lens are you using, Daniel? See if I can get this chat working over here. There we go. Do I notice on your model? I don't have the Sigma 24-70 anymore. So, are you on the latest firmware as well, Daniel? As far as camera goes and the lens? Trying to get a faster looking professional connector? Oh, you mean I see what you're saying. SDI. You want SDI on the newer cameras. Yeah, I can understand having SDI. You know, I hope they do something that can compete in that area with the successor of the S1H. Speaking of the S1H, I don't have my S1H anymore, and I actually really regret selling it. I kind of needed the money at the time, and I was like not really using it as much, but just for like the memory, I kind of wish I still had it. But I still have the strap. So the strap, it lives, it's the reminder of my past. So I run another rumor. Like a L2 squared is unwinding a bit. No, I haven't heard this, no. And I don't know what you mean by unwinding a bit. Here's what I will say, though. Really slow and starts pulsing a lot. I'll look into it. I haven't had issues, though, Daniel. I'll try shooting at f8 and see. I have not had issues, though, shooting at f8. And I've shot on the 28-200 at f8 quite a bit. So this is one thing that I wanted to bring up, though, when it does come to Lumix, is I feel from other brands, and maybe we just have to wait time-wise. Like, we just need to give them more time. But I feel like a lot of the products that I want to use that are coming out from a lot of these brands, their lenses in particular, they're not coming in L mount. And so one example, I talked about this in one of my videos, is the new Argus lenses from Laowa. These just came out as well, just so you know. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, these full frame versions, these are cool cine lenses in my opinion. T1, I think that's crazy. And but unfortunately, not only do they not come in L mount, but they also don't come in PL mount. And I'm really sad about it because yeah, I really wanted to use these lenses, or at least just use one of them. I'd probably pick up like either the 28 or the 35 T1. Do some videos on them because yeah, the footage looks amazing. I mean, these always look really good, but I don't know. I really liked the look of these. Sorry, it's buffering, but you still have your S1H? Want to rent it for old time's sake? Yeah, it's still a great camera. I guess you could get these in micro four thirds, which honestly, these would be really good lenses for micro four thirds. I'm not gonna lie. The GH7, these lenses would be great. Great little cine lenses. because it does come in micro four thirds. Sorry, let me go back and show you. Yeah, there it is. Micro four thirds. So you can get it in an 18 or 25 or in a 2-lens bundle, so that would be 36 and 50. That's a cool lens. Those are two cool lenses in my opinion to have for a micro four thirds. But yeah, the reason why I miss my S1H is, yeah, just for the memory. And like when I would shoot on my cine lenses, you know, I really would like to shoot again on the S1H. And it's kind of like my roots, you know, it's where I started on YouTube. And it's not where I started in like my filmmaking career, but it's where I started in my YouTube career. And it's, you know, led me to places I could have never dreamed of. So that's the bigger reason why I really wish that I had my S1H. It's just for like sentimental thing. I would keep it forever, but it was too late. It's too late now. But we have the strap still, so whatever. A person in the know said that the new Leica Panasonic L2 alliance is not going well. Hard to believe since they have such a history. But who is that person that's in the know, right? I think the best person to ask is Sean or Matt. I don't think you really have to be in the know. Like, you can just go to the Lumix USA live stream and ask how it is. And maybe Sean or Matt, they can't really talk about it. I think it's usually Sean that's doing the live streams. I just saw one of him. But you could just go ask him. And then, did somebody just follow me on Twitch? Sorry, those are my notifications on Twitch. I'm going to be multi-streaming on Twitch as well. That's another thing that I will get into later, but I'm not going to do it right now. But yeah, like if I'll ask Matt or Sean about it next time I see them or speak with them. But as far as I know, there's nothing. Nothing going wrong with the L-mount alliance. So like they just have Samyang that joined. So I don't know. I think that would be weird. That was a pretty big announcement in May, unless it's something that was that's super recent, I guess, and I just haven't heard about it. But yeah, can't really blame Panasonic for a Sigma lens. The thing is, Al, is that all L-mount lenses that are a part of the L-mount alliance, they should function the exact same way as if you were putting a native Lumix lens on, because they use the exact same protocols they all use the same protocols. So the lenses should function between the different systems, no problem. So that's why I don't think officially like Blackmagic is a part of the L-mount alliance. But anybody who is officially a part of it, yeah, they're technically not. So you technically should blame it if it's a Sigma lens, because it should function the same way. So Jed's here. What's up, Jed? Legalize the egg. What's up, man? Lumix S5 still usable in 2024. Looks like Lumix forgetted they made it. What do you think about it? I mean, I can understand the S5. I think it's still usable. Any Lumix camera is still usable. S1, S1R, S1H, S5, totally usable. But I think it's understandable that you might feel like Lumix forgot about the S5 or their previous generations, because, you know, they've got the S5 II out now. They've got now the S9, which this camera is starting to become my favorite camera. I love the S9. I do feel kind of disappointed in this 26mm lens, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute as well. But yeah, I love the S9. Like, there was some drama surrounding it, right? But I'm making a video coming soon about the S9. And yeah, I still love my X too. I guess I could pull in my X. We'll have it in the background as well. There we go. Watching from Spain. Welcome from Spain. We got a few people in from Spain. I appreciate you guys popping in, by the way. Got a lot of people from all over the place. This was a new thing as well, guys. Let me catch up with this chat and then I'll move on to the next thing. They share protocols, but it's different producer. Panasonic is not doing QA on Sigma lenses. Yeah, but it's, well, but here's an example. Miike came out. It's a different producer, but they're using the same protocols. They are treated, you can ask Sean or anybody at Lumix this, they are treated as first-party lenses. But I'll show you that the first official third-party lens with autofocus that does not share the same protocol is the new Miike or Mikey lenses, whatever. So this does come in L mount and it is AF. I did not buy it. It's actually $4.99. That's not too bad. I didn't buy it. I'd love to just rent it and test it out, see how the autofocus is. But this one is a scenario where it's like you can't blame the Miike. Like, I understand it's made by somebody else, but that doesn't matter. You can ask anybody from Lumix. They will say that Sigma lenses, Leica lenses, and now any Samyang lenses are treated as first party. And actually, I can kind of, and there's another example of this as well. So let me grab my Samyang lens. So this lens, this Samyang, I made a video about this, and one thing that's really cool about it is this is the first one L-mount lens from Samyang, but Samyang is a part of L-mount Alliance, right? They have there was some issues with it that I brought up in my video, and a lot of people were experiencing the same issue, but they released a firmware update, right? So I went to go update it, and I thought I had to buy like the third-party mount accessory to plug it in via USB-C and do the firmware update. But because this is technically considered first party, I was able to download the firmware update, put it on an SD card, put the lens on my camera, and then perform the update straight from the camera to the lens without buying the mount. So that's another example of why they're treated as first party lenses. And yeah, now it's on the latest firmware, and I haven't used it since it's been on this latest firmware, but people have said that they haven't been able to replicate the issue with the lens that I brought up in that video. So that's just another example. So lens functionality, depending on the lens, but not so much that it hurts usability. Yeah, that's totally believable in my opinion. Like, different motors, different hardware, but as far as like everything else, they're treated as first party. So Sigma 45 and 90, 65 f2, Sigma Prime on L mount. That's good to know. I'll have to try that out. So no problem, Ken. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in, Ken. Top 5 Lumix S5 2X features you can't leave Panasonic for. I can do that pretty easily. One is the IBIS. The new IBIS settings, the high setting, high, medium, low, or high, standard. Yeah, high and standard. One, the IBIS. The second one, probably the anamorphic settings. So anamorphic IBIS, anamorphic D-squeeze. 6K open gate. I know other manufacturers are starting to offer open gate, but I love that it can do 6K one and it can do open gate. So let's see, that's 3. I'm trying to think of top features because I can tell you features that keep me on Lumix. Those are definitely 3 of them. Synchro scan. Since I can change the shutter speed to the exact degree or speed, which is really good, which I love. I don't know of many that can do that now. I'm trying to think of one of the other ones. Because yeah, it's a lot of new cameras are starting to offer a lot of these same settings that Lumix offers now, which it's like, I'm still going to stay on Lumix even if they had all the same features, because Lumix is still cheaper for the features, and I think the image looks better. So it wouldn't really matter even if other ones did. But there's one more though that I could come up with. Oh, the time-lapse mode. So, or the S&Q mode, where you can go to like 2 frames per second and hit record, and you don't have to do an actual like time-lapse. So, oh yeah, real-time LUTs actually are huge. Real-time LUTs are huge. I actually really love real-time LUTs. There you go. Aja. Sorry, my dog, my cat. From I came from lens maker, not the camera maker. This is what I mean. We can talk about it, but I'll just end that with, you can ask any Panasonic user or anybody that works at Panasonic. They treat any lens that's a part of the L-mount Alliance to the same as first party lenses. They're first party. They consider them first party. So you just traded your FX30 for the S5 II, helping me make the decision. Dude, welcome. All things film. Actually, I think I saw you comment that. FX30 to the S5 II is a huge upgrade in my opinion, because the FX30 is, you know, only APS-C or Super 35. S5 II, you at least get full frame, a lot of the full frame features, besides when you're in slow motion. So congrats, man. Welcome. S9, I've enjoyed manual focusing again, getting to enjoy the 26. Yeah, let me talk about the next thing. Something new that was announced. I'll get back to the rest of the comments. Another thing that Viltrox announced is this 28mm f4.5, and man, it's tiny. And I'm like, I don't think oh wait, Viltrox hasn't really made any L-mount lenses. I have heard that the L-mount, like Alliance or L-mount, it's like difficult to join. I've heard that. I don't know how true it is, but dude, this thing is tiny. And I'm like, ever since I've started really enjoying the S9, and I've been starting to get more and more like into like really small setups like this. And I know there's some options out there, like there's Sigma, but I really want some lenses like this. I'm seeing like lots of other options coming out there, but that Viltrox lens that I just showed you, it's only coming out in E-mount right now, which I understand, because, and I don't know if it's going to come to L-mount, I guess is the thing. But I'm like, dude, that's a tiny lens. That thing would be sick on the S9. I just feel like the S9 is like one of the best cameras for it to go on. And, you know, besides the Sony A7C, is that what it is? Yeah, and they don't have it. And I sure hope, because Samyang is a part of the L-mount Alliance, this one is super cool if you guys haven't seen it as well. These are like, so it's like a pancake lens with autofocus that has these little tiny interchangeable lenses. Yeah, it's got AF, but you can change the lenses on it. Like the tiny little lenses. So cool. Comes in and it's full frame, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's Super 35. Maybe it's APS-C. Let's see. Nope. It's both full frame and APS-C cameras. So yeah, you could get 3 focal lengths with these little tiny things. 21, 28, 32. The 32 is f2.8. The 21's f3.5. and the 28 is f3.5 as well. Anyways, as of right now, same thing. They've only announced that this little bundle lens in E-mount. So I'm feeling a little what's the word? I'm feeling a little FOMO on all this new stuff coming out that I'm interested in, and it not being available on L-mount. I'm feeling a little FOMO. Is it just me, or am I the only one? Okay, let me catch up on chat. Panasonic is a support with firmwares. That's another one too. Lumix is definitely king when it comes to firmware updates. Like, if you complain about firmware updates for Lumix, it's smooth and easy, and two, yeah, they have always done good firmware updates, right? Sony does not do very good firmware updates, in my opinion, or other brands, but I don't have as much experience besides with just Sony. And when I was on Sony, they don't really do a lot of firmware updates. Where's the S1H? Let's see, wondering when the S1 II will be announced. If nothing gets announced, I'm going to get a second S5 IIX to go with my S5 II and S5. I mean, I don't know the answer. I wish I did, but... And same, yeah, like, where's the S1H Mark II? I'm in the same boat. Where is the S1H Mark II? Oh, you're saying S1H Mark II as well. Haterade. Cowboy Cinema. Haterade? Is that how you say that? Yeah, like, I don't know, guys. I wish I did. Obviously, I'm not going to know because I don't work there, and I know that you guys know that I have a working relationship with Panasonic and I do get things early, but I don't know when that stuff's coming. So I don't know those types of answers. Even if I did, I couldn't tell you because I'm under NDA. So, but I'll just say, like, there is a lot of maybe like concerns about Panasonic. I saw some videos talking about, like, how Panasonic, they've released their financials and whatnot, and they're saying like, oh, we gotta be, gotta reassess a lot of their like businesses, because Panasonic is a huge company. They own a ton of different businesses, but there's no mention of the camera industry, like the camera sector of Panasonic not doing well, or them cutting back. And I think in ways they're just kind of consolidating, because I think this is public knowledge, but they're merging the broadcast sector with like the DSLR one, Lumix, and like Panasonic Connect or whatever. So, well, and I think we knew this about, they merged the VariCam group with Lumix as well. So like there's, I'm not really too worried, right? That's what I'll say. I'm not worried about Lumix's future. I'm more just feeling FOMO about all this gear coming out. I want to use or try out or even buy, but it's not. And I got one more thing after this that is also another lens that we can talk about in a minute, that I'm also sad is not available in L-mount too. Okay, let me catch up with chat here. You've enjoyed? Okay, yeah. You enjoy the 26. Are the colors are more real to what I see? I agree too. I mean, maybe not more real, but I personally just have an easier time working with Lumix footage. So even if like Sony, like or another brand like interested me, I don't know if it would get me to switch, because I just like the workflow and how easy it is to, do everything on Lumix. So footage wise, the codecs and everything, I don't know. I struggled with Sony. I still do when I work with Sony footage. I struggle to make it look the way I want it to. I don't know why either. I have a hard time. Let's see. Nikon F handheld be usable with 200 millimeters. Crazy. Yes. Oh yeah, the Boost IS. That's another thing. That was what I was forgetting. The high stabilization, the standard, and the Boost IS. Those are three things that I love about Lumix that other brands just don't. The IBIS is just crazy on it, so. is nice. Would be completely honest. Lumix went lazy with the 26. That is honestly how I feel, Hassan. I'm gonna make a video. I have a video coming soon where I'm gonna talk about this lens, and I do feel like it was a little bit of laziness or just trying to throw something out there that could go with the S9 that they just didn't have. So I don't know. We'll see. Small 17 to 50 f2.8. That would be crazy. Dude, that would be an insane focal length. I won't lie. Opted to upgrade Micro Four Thirds to GH7. Oh, if you have some GH7 glass, that was probably, or Micro Four Thirds glass, then that'd probably be a better way to go about it. So yeah, I like Gatorade. Yeah, what's up, Matthew? Matthew's here. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat. Your own fault if firmware bricks your expensive. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe that. I know. No, David, I agree. The latency, okay, we're almost caught up. The latency is a big problem on Lumix, and I hope that, I know on the GH7 it's a lot better. I don't know if I talked about it. I don't know if I've really made an official like video talking about the GH7. I kind of did, but like an overview video. I don't know if I will, but yeah, the GH7 HDMI lag is so much better than on the other ones. So let's see. Any clue when Lumix Lab will come out with the S5 II, S5 IIX? I don't, but I would assume that it's coming in the near future, but I don't know. Don't take my word for it. That's just my inclination, because I think that's a huge feature that they need to add to the S5 II and S5 IIX. So my most used lens, sorry, where did that go? That question go? My most used lens with the Lumix S5 IIX, knowing the limited choice. I mean, I don't feel limited in the Lumix, in the choices of lenses on Lumix, but honestly, mostly used lens is probably my 24-70 that's on this lens, on the S5 IIX. I used to have the Sigma 24-70, and crazy thing, I actually decided to sell it and get the Lumix version. You know what's funny is Caleb, if you guys watch Caleb, he made the video I was gonna make on this thing, and I feel like if I make my version of it, I'm gonna copy him. But I should watch his and see what he said, because if he's gonna say anything remotely close to what I was gonna say, then I'm like, no, I probably won't make it. But anyways, yeah, I decided to get the Lumix version of the 24-70 and sell off my Sigma, and also this is also knowing about the version 2 of the Sigma. So I'll talk about it in a video. Man, I gotta catch up. Works on their own time. Just tend to alternate Lumix. We have to be patient. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Lumix just has limited resources, in my opinion, over other, manufacturers, because they're kind of they still don't have a lot of market share, and so they just have to take their time with their releases, right? S1H, its release to buy the S5 IIX. Would it be worth it? It depends. Retrospect, I think it's worth it for the autofocus and the size, but if you're very passionate about the OLPF, then I probably wouldn't. I'd probably stay with your S1H. Lumix Sync app, Lumix Lab app would replace Lumix Sync. That is actually confirmed, I think, Haterade, that they will soon replace Lumix Sync with Lumix Lab. Hopefully that's public knowledge. I'm pretty sure it is. But for now, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for them to replace it. So, 1 minute video. I can try taking a look, Daniel. I don't know if you can. I can't do it right now, but if you send it to me on Instagram, I can try taking a look. You think their implementation of ProRes RAW is awful? Huh, that's interesting. I haven't really used it because I prefer B-RAW, and I've only been shooting mostly B-RAW because I edit in DaVinci Resolve. So like the internal ProRes RAW, I'm curious how it is, but yeah, I haven't been shooting ProRes RAW because I don't shoot ProRes RAW, or I don't edit in Premiere. I edit in Resolve, and I've heard there's a bit like a really roundabout way to get it in there. So when are we doing another podcast? Whenever you want, Matthew. You just name a place and a time and I'll be there for you. Excited to try GH7 plus Arilog via B-RAW. I don't know if it can do that sitting now. I'm actually fairly certain it can't do Arilog in RAW. It can only do it in ProRes. Here, let me check. I don't think it can do that. Let me check for you, though. I don't have any of my buttons set up. Yeah. So it only lets me shoot in Vlog, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to find a... Yeah, because I'm in... Here, let's just do this to confirm. Let me put it in my queue menu. Because I think it will be... The photo style will be grayed out. Yeah, it's grayed out. So, just so you guys know, if you think you can shoot Arilog in RAW, you can't. You can only do Vlog on the GH7. Would love to see Lumix fix the Moire issue. I mean, that's probably more of a hardware thing, Mac, than it is like a firmware thing that they can fix. Because other cameras have that problem as well. It just comes down to, I think, the sensor and how the sensor's designed. I could be wrong on that. Maybe I have no clue what I'm talking about. But I don't think it's a firmware thing. But I don't know. Maybe they could do firmware like some kind of algorithm thing. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. Sitting now on the... Compare with Sony in terms of magnitude of the business. I mean, Canon can. Canon is technically bigger than Sony. No worries, Edville. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm going to be doing more of these, guys. I'm not done yet. I actually have one more thing to talk about, and I'm going to talk about a little bit more about film. I might even show some pictures that I got on my film camera while I was in Japan. But yeah, appreciate you being in here, Ed. Let's see, how do you get the best colors and image quality without Vlog? Weddings in Romania, and they are so long I cannot shoot Vlog the whole wedding. What's the best settings you can suggest? What I would recommend doing, I don't know what camera you're on, Diver. This is what I did when I was in Japan, is I created a LUT that I really liked the look of it, and I burned it in. Because I kind of agree. I didn't want to have to, like, process all of that footage. I actually have one thing I want to talk about about that, all that footage in Japan, and tell me what you guys think. But so yeah, I burned in a LUT, and I just used a ND filter, a polarizer, and I put a mist on there as well. But I basically just got the footage as close to what I would have liked to have done to it in post, and then yeah, went from there. I can actually send you that video if you want. If you want to see kind of what I did. So but that's what I would do. Ever let us do internal B-RAW? Honestly, honestly, just for that. And I sure hope so, Mighty. Cause yeah, I don't really know what how that like works as far as like licensing and whatnot. Being able to do B-RAW internally, I don't know if Blackmagic would allow that, but like that's what I want. I want to shoot Blackmagic RAW internally because I like to shoot Blackmagic RAW in 12:1 because you get 16-bit color and it looks amazing. And I know ProRes RAW is probably like similar, but it's just the workflow. Because I'm in DaVinci Resolve, I would prefer to be able to shoot B-RAW internally. If it could do B-RAW internally at 12:1, dude, I'd lose my mind. I would definitely shoot RAW more if I could do that, because I want to shoot Blackmagic RAW at 12:1, but it's just, you know, it's the pain of having to use an external monitor and make my rig really big, you know? So yeah, I hope so. I hope they add B-RAW internally, or they can do that. So raw airy color, just shoot vlog B-RAW, color switch transform over to airy. It's pretty easy. Yeah, that's probably what you would want to do anyways. I think the reason why they can't do airy log raw is that's a little too far in the airy partnership. I don't know. They might unlock it though. Like maybe they would make that a thing. So where to look for the best deal for the 12G Blackmagic Sys in the UK? That's a good question. I'm in the US. I buy my stuff from B&H. I wish I knew. It's a hardware thing. Low pass filters, the problem array would be resolved. Oh yeah. I hope that they do that. I mean, I understand why they don't on like these lower models, on the S5 II, S5 IIX, S9, even like the GH7. It'd be cool if they actually did it on the GH7. I don't know if it makes sense, but I personally really liked having an OLPF, not even just for the Moire, but on the S1H, I just think it just made the footage look that much more like special. And so I hope they do something like that on like an S1H Mark II. I think it looks great. Fixed with firmware. Agree with you. It's mostly a hardware thing. Yeah, David. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is like maybe they're at some level it can be hardware, it can be software. Like they can do some things, but it can only go so far. So what SSD do I use with the S5 IIX? I use a ProBlade. I use the ProBlades. This is a sticker I just put on it. And I use the Condor Blue top handle. Yep, ProBlade for SSD. They're more expensive, but I just like the convenience of them. Yeah. OLPF, yeah. I have 6K. Major game changer. Yeah, I actually have the DJI LiDAR. I want to do a video on my channel again using my dual lens kit. Maybe I actually have a video idea that I could use that for. But yeah, I want to use my dual lens with my LiDAR, the DJI Focus Pro. Yeah. the container is capped at 12-bit. That's interesting because when you pull it into Resolve, sitting now, it does say it's 16-bit. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does say 16-bit color. Only container that goes up to 16-bit. I didn't know that. SanDisk blade. Yeah, with blue. Yep, that's exactly what I use, Al. Okay, I'm gonna... Since I'm kind of caught up with chat, this is the last piece of gear that I saw that is also not offered in L mount. I'm just making everybody feel FOMO. Here, I'm going to show you all this stuff, and you guys are going to feel FOMO. That's what it is. But these new lenses from Polar Pro, they're like these light leak lenses. For one, I just thought they're cool because, yeah, like I think this is a really creative idea. But also because I'm like, look how small it is. And I could use that on the S9. Like, all of these lenses are things that I want to use on the S9, because the S9, this little lens would be perfect to use on the S9 because, you know, small camera body, it's supposed to be travel and like one that you kind of just have fun with. And I'm like, dude, why aren't these in L mount, bro? Ooh, I want to get an underwater kit. I think it'd be fun. Just use it. Looks pretty good too. Doesn't look bad. Like, yeah. Anyways, another lens that I'm just a little sad is not being offered in L mount, at least right now. It's only offered in Canon RF, Sony E, Fuji X, and Nikon Z. And yeah, it comes in 16, 28, and 50. I'm like, bro. Yeah, makes me sad. It's the last piece of gear that I'm feeling some FOMO on not being available in L mount. So yeah, that covers the news, I guess, on these live stream portions. I kind of want to do it where like we ask questions and we go into like news and things like new gear, maybe like we can talk about new like firmware upgrades or something like that on Lumix, new cameras. I don't know. This is something that I want to start doing though. I want to start doing live streams more. And then at the very end of the stream, we'll just chat like we're doing right now. And I can talk about other things that I'm doing. Like I've been really into shooting on 35mm film lately. This is my Minolta X700. And here, I could pull up some if you guys would like to see some photos I shot on my trip to Japan on 35mm film. I'm going to be making a video. The next video that's going to be on the channel is going to be about that trip on 35mm film. And yeah, and then as far as my trip to Japan too, another thing I'm doing is I have so much footage from that trip that I just kind of want to show it off, right? I made a video where I used that footage, but there's so much footage that I want to show everybody. And it was all shot on the S9 or the S5 2X, most of it the S9. And so I'm thinking of releasing like a really long video of that trip that just has like, you know, like music in the background and kind of has the ambient sound. And yeah, just release a really long video that shows that. So let me know what you guys think of that while I catch up on questions. So let people sleep on cheap but quality brands. That's true. They get more expensive if they stop sleeping on it. not perfect. Problems with Moray are minor. Yeah, I don't run into a lot of Moray issues. You might see a little bit in my camera right now. It's not that bad, actually. I don't see it. I thought I saw it earlier, but I don't really see it. I don't really see it as much anymore, so. You can use the S5 II, S5 IIX auto calibrates with autofocus lenses. I don't know what we were talking about, so. Would you want 6K downsampled or 8K downsampled on the S1H Mark II? I don't really care. At least 6K. I don't think it makes sense to go backwards from 6K. But a lot of people say, I don't want 8K, I don't want 8K, we don't need it. But I'm like, why not? Like, if they can pull it off, why not do 8K? But I think 6K is a good middle ground. You know, I wouldn't be upset if like an S1H Mark II had 6K and not 8K. So, new pancake zoom from Lumix. I think there might be some. No, not this one. Yeah, the 18 to 40 millimeter. There might be something soon. I hope so. Why does everybody hate Lumix? Sometimes it hurts. Just now I watched a video by Uncensored by Brandon, where they just laugh the whole video, make fun of it, and yell Panasonic to go back to TV. Really? Uncensored by Brandon. I honestly don't know. It's I'm gonna look that video up. Maybe I'll make like a react video about it. Honestly, to me, if people are hating on Lumix, they're just trying to rage bait online. Time for Panasonic to branch out. Oh, why Panasonic fell behind in 2024?
So,
is it this one? Is that the one? Let's see. How are you finding the dual lens set? Looks like really interesting lens, especially for the price. The dual lens you can get on duallens.hk. Here, I'll pull it up. I just ordered them. So this website, duallens.hk. Dual lens product. Yeah. You can even order the Tyrassic, their new lens set. I actually used this lens, but I wasn't crazy about it. Yep, just right here. You can order. It takes a while for your lens, like your kit. There you go. 5 lens, mini prime lens set with 5. Yeah, there you go. I had to wait a long time for my 21 mil, but that's where I get it though. I did not sell my dual lens kit. I still have it. It's rented out at a what's it called? Rental house that I'm friends with. So 20 to 60, 50, and I want to sell the 50. What lens you suggest to buy for weddings? You know what would probably be a good lens to buy for weddings is the 28 to 105 Sigma lens. I don't know what your budget is, but that 28 to 105 would be crazy. Even this 35 to 150 would be a good all-around wedding lens, but 35 is a little tight. 28, I think, is a good. That's probably what I would go with. When will Lumix release a 28 millimeter? I don't know. That's a good question. Hopefully soon. I know. I'm sad about that too, Mighty. I talked about that in my video too. It makes me sad. Get some Micro Four Thirds or Micro Four Thirds Super Takumars and adapt them. Those are real fun. I might have to do that. I've actually been adapting my MD lenses from my film camera too. I've got a bunch. I've even got this cool I've even got a mirror lens for my film camera. There you go. Kind of see it better. But yeah, I've got a mirror lens that I can adapt to my Lumix. I'm gonna probably do a video like that sometime. But yeah, absolutely lynching you guys in Lumix over the S9 trip. Showing up in videos from week-long Sony events and free hotel, bar, and restaurant. Yeah, it's funny. I you know, about that whole thing, it just makes me laugh because I'm like, all that did, like, I love Gerald, guys. I know Gerald. You know, I hung out with Gerald the week before that Lumix trip, right? We actually shot a video. And so, like, to me, all it does is when you say something like that, where it's talking about the trip and whatnot, and you not going, and you say, like, these events are just about, like, wine and dining and getting you hyped and whatnot, I'm like, but now, if you go to one yourself and you criticize these events, like, you've just made yourself a hypocrite, right? I didn't really say that in my video, but I tried to make my video pretty nice because, yeah, like, I don't want to, like, cause drama or anything, but all that did is it made all of us Lumix users that are actually passionate about the brand and want the brand to do well, made us seem like sellouts, right? And so yeah, it kind of annoys me, but I'm like, what am I gonna do about it? Like, who cares at the same time, you know, Al? Because I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna stay in my lane and just keep providing good content for, you know, everybody who's passionate about Lumix like me, and that, you know, needs that content, right? And like, the way I look at it is that, okay, this is the best way I can put it. Maybe I should, like, clip this and put it somewhere. The only reason why they talk about Lumix people, right? Because Sony people that use Sony cameras are a dime a dozen, right? The reason that they don't talk about the reason that they don't talk about Sony as much, or hate on Sony, or hate on Canon, or any of those other brands as much, is because when they talk about it, nobody listens to them. But when they talk about Lumix, people start listening. Because Lumix, in a way, is an underdog, a threat. I don't know. Maybe that's just my thoughts, though. Maybe that's the reason why you're talking about it, because if you talk about Sony, it's not very interesting. You talk about Lumix, though, it's much more interesting, so. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't really care. I thought I just like to poke fun at it, I guess, is the best way I can put it. Because, yeah, I kind of wanted to make, like, a parody video talking about it, like the Sony event thing. And just be like, but the thing is people would take me serious, right? If I made a parody video talking about it and being like, these events are weird. Like, I don't know. And plus, I feel like people would just, especially like Gerald too, would just think I was like being a dick to him. And I'm like, no, I'm just poking fun at it, okay? Because the whole situation was dumb, in my opinion, as it is. And like the way that sorry, I'm kind of getting off track talking about this, but the way that he portrayed it too is like, oh yeah, they just send you out to this event and they wine and dine you. They like get you drunk and like make it so you like the brand and think it's like fun. I'm like, it's not like that at all. Literally, it's just a bunch of people showing up. Sure, we're probably biased because yeah, we're flown out there. It's paid for. We get, you know, free food. There's alcohol available, but not many people like are drinking anyways. At the end of the day, it's just a bunch of creators surrounded by a bunch of other talented creators and even professionals too in the world that get to experiment and try out a new product and find its weak points, its strengths, and really assess it for what it is early so that we can market the camera for the company. Like, they're just spending money on marketing essentially. And, you know, for those who don't know, if you feel like I've ever just like hyped up a product I'm kind of rambling right now, and I'm sorry. But if you feel like I've hyped a product just because you, like, because I'm trying to, like, stay on the good side of a brand, like, I do not care. If brands stop sending me stuff, I'm still going to be making videos about random shit, right? I would still, whatever I like, I'm just going to make videos on. And I only accept products that I have some kind of interest in and I feel like brings out some kind of interesting value to the market, right? So anyways, sorry, that was a huge ramble and I'm sorry. Okay, what are my thoughts? Okay, yeah. Hey, Jose from Venezuela. I'm completely happy. A hug and keep growing, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, Jose. See, this is why I like making Lumix content too, because there's not a lot of people that make content on Lumix, and I feel like I'm fulfilling a need in the market, right? And it's just nice too because I just like Lumix stuff, right? G7 to my S5 2X now. Really great camera to work with. I love the S5 2X. What do I think about the S9 as a B cam? You can definitely use it as a B cam. I mean, the recording limits make it kind of difficult, but it can be used as a B cam. As long as you're okay with the record limits, you totally can. Like, you can record, just like hitting record after it hits the limit, you can go for like, in 6K OpenGate, I think you can go for almost like 45, 50 minutes. So as long as you're okay with that. So if I'm just doing small product shots, is the G9 I picked up good enough? Absolutely, Kyle. Yeah, the G9 is a really popular camera actually as like a first Lumix one. So firmware update for the S5 II Duo and the S9's AF with phase detect in 1080p 60. With Resolve super scaling, I like to use a whole lot more. Yeah, that whole like 1080p like Lumix like shooting the phase detect working in 1080p 60. That's an interesting one. Lumix hasn't specifically came out and said anything about that, and I haven't really done tests to confirm whether or not that's fixed. I'll have to look into it myself. So S5 II, I don't know, Sam. I wish I had more info on like that thing because I just don't really know if that's true or not. It seems like it is from what I've seen online, but I have to confirm it myself to really like say, right, if that whole 1080p 60 using phase detect is a thing, right? S5 2X for my Lumix Lab soon. I hope so, because I'm the same way, Jose. I hope that they've, you know, they always are releasing like Lumix, you know, firmware upgrades kind of out of nowhere. So I think there's something, but I don't know. They didn't really give any specific timelines on that, but I know that they're trying to make the Lumix Lab app work with the S5 II and S5 2X. So even the G9 Mark II for those who are on the G9. So was the S9 became one of the most, if not the most, sold model in the segment in Japan. Yeah, I've heard that sales, not necessarily in the US, but overseas, the S9 is doing extremely well. So, but I don't know, the people, the real ones that know, it's funny, it just kind of felt like the people that didn't go were hating on the S9, and then the people that did go were liking it. And it's like, well, yeah, the people that didn't go and didn't use the camera, obviously they're not gonna know what to say about it. And to me, they were just, you know, making a video on the S9 drama, possibly for views. I don't know. Or just because it was something being talked about. But, and like, you could say that I did that too. But I kind of felt like it because, mostly because, like, you know, you guys know me. I've been around in the Lumix world, Lumix S series specifically world. Been making S1H content for almost 5 years now. I felt like I should say something, so and kind of just get out there my opinion. You guys could get my views on the whole thing. So, because yeah, it's true. I'm just the Lumix. I'm not going to change what I'm doing because I'm like, I've always tried to give critical, honest feedback on things, and you know, always tried to be real and honest with anything, even on cameras that, you know, Lumix has sent me, or lenses. I'm always trying to be honest because I want to be honest. Like, it just feels weird. I couldn't not be honest, I guess, right? Sometimes maybe I'm not super critical, but it's because I understand that some people may not find some things that I find a big deal. It's kind of the GH7 full frame video that I just released is a great example. There's a lot of people in the comments saying like, if you do this and do that, like it's very comparable and yada yada, and you know, like it's just, that's just the way it is. Like, I wasn't being like critical in my opinion. It's just from my perspective, I would still rather shoot on full frame than micro four thirds. But some people are going to disagree with me, right? And so it's not really those three things are not really that big a deal, but they are to me. So that's why I'm like, the GH7 is still a great camera to buy. Like, it's an amazing camera, but as a full frame shooter, it wouldn't be my first choice because, you know, because of those reasons I mentioned, 3 reasons that I mentioned. So let's see. Oh, where was I? Oh, yeah. It's crazy as no one said a word. Yeah, when Sony did the same thing. Yep. Well, and people kind of praised the, what's it called? The Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. And I'm like, that's an APS-C camera. Like, people are hating on this, but I'm like, this is a full frame camera. And it's probably the same size, if not smaller than that. So I could like go off about it, but I won't, because I'm like, it's not gonna matter. And then people will just think I'm just some person that, I don't know, like, I'm just hating on Sony for no reason, basically, right? I don't know. I don't like doing those kinds of things in content. Like, I'll share my thoughts and opinions in these live streams if you guys ask, but I'm not gonna make like a full dedicated video being like, like Sony ZV-10, like it's not the same. Like, I don't know. I guess I kind of did that, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just digging myself into a bigger hole. Let's see. Where was I? Would you mind holding up the S9 side by side for the S5? Yeah. I want to see the size differences. Yeah. Hold on. Let me take off the cages too. So yeah, that'll be factor. There, it's tiny compared to the S5 too. Sorry, I don't have an S5, but let me take the cages off, because yeah, then you can get a better view of scale. While I'm doing that, I'll keep reading. Precedents for home theater, and they fly us out. Pay for hotel, wine and dine, and it doesn't affect the products they're pushing. As a content creator, I love the brand for now. Yeah. Like, everybody does that, you know, the press release events thing. And so I just think it's funny that's like, they made a video. It's like, it's weird. And I'm like, it's been that way like forever though. And like, they're just doing marketing. That's it, right? And of course they're going to want to send people that like the brand, right? And I don't know, as far as there was a lot of people though there. And I just think it's silly. It's like, why are you getting mad? It's like, oh, there was also a lot of like creators and YouTubers there that don't have a lot of subscribers, and it's like, why didn't this other YouTuber go that has a lot of subscribers? And the way I look at it, I'm just like, it's their brand. They can do what they want. They don't have to send only the biggest YouTubers, right? I was blown away when Lumix sent me to the first Japan thing, because back then I was like a tiny creator on the platform. But yeah, it blew my mind that they even asked. So here you go. This is the S9. This even has a lens on it, but the S9 versus the S5 2X. One complaint I will say that I have on the S9, I'm always accidentally pressing these buttons on the back when I'm holding it. So it's just me. If you have big hands, might be something that annoys you. So be aware of that. Okay, I need to catch up on chat. I'm starting to get behind. All we need is the S1H Mark II with 8K raw internal recording and 14 plus stops diamond range. Come on, Panasonic, we all waiting. I know, I feel the same. I actually would love, I think 8K would be crazy, but I'm fine with just 6K. But I don't know what they're gonna do, man. It's gonna be a very interesting year for Lumix. Testing it on his S9 review and was surprised that it seemed to work well. Soften the blow on the APS-C crop. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, Richard. Richard was one that I didn't get to meet while I was in Japan. I know he was there, but I've seen his stuff, but I didn't get to meet him. All right, we'll call that good for now. Oh, gotta put this back on too. See, being new, I'm not sure why Micro Four Thirds gets so much hate. Is it that big of a downside? Should I consider not invest? No, I don't think so. Kyle, I don't think so. I just don't have a lot of experience with Micro Four Thirds, so it's my own bias. I'm going to lean more towards full frame, just because I've used full frame since 2015. Oh my godness! Oh my godness! Is it Cam Mackey? Let's see, hold on. We're gonna see what Cam Mackey has to say, but I'm catching up with chat. Got to my question. I'm not sure I did either. You'll have to go back and check. Positive content about you, love. Then critic content about you, know. Yeah, you don't like in the first place? Exactly. Yeah, create content, yeah. So you've been using that sign like crazy? So Cam is even saying he is. Kondo was last month. Don't see anyone crying about that. We were all there. That's what I'm saying. I just think it's funny, Cam. I'm like, well, and like, I don't know. See, I don't know the details about the Kando like event, right? Is it paid for by Sony? Like flights and stuff like that? Like, is it a event where Sony like sponsors or whatever? Or do you pay your own way? I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's where a lot of like Sony people go. And I was like, oh, maybe you pay your own way to go to that thing, but maybe it's like sponsored by it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So GH7 S Pro. Yeah. A lot of people like Micro Four Thirds for the weight. Like the lenses are much smaller. Yeah, there's actually a project. I have to keep it on the DL, but there's a project that we're working on. I'm a part of when it comes to the GH7. So that's all I can say though. I can't say anymore. We'll make mistakes in life. Gerald dropped the ball in that video. Simple. Even a mistake, we all do it. Move on. That's the thing is like, I like Gerald. Gerald's great. Had a fun time with all the times that I've met him and whatnot. I just thought his video was funny. So whatever. It is what it is. Whatever. Favorite creator. How small the S9 felt holding it for the first time compared to the small lens. Extremely more portable. 100% Kai. That's why I'm like, the S9, I actually pick up more than my S5 2X. Like if I know I'm not gonna need the record limits for now, I just pick up the S9. It's just so much smaller. Does everything and more than the S5 2X does. There's a few things it doesn't do, right? But like a lot of the times for like everyday today stuff, I want to have the photo like transfer capabilities to my phone, and it shoots 6K, it shoots all the same codecs, really. It's like I just pick that up most of the time, the S9. So a lot of times my X gets the back seat to my S9 a lot of the times. So yes, anything's taken care of. We can rent any Sony gear you want. Bunch of setups that can shoot. Super fun. It's even more setup than the Japan trip was. Yeah. So yeah, that's what makes it funny, is it's like, since you have inside knowledge, it's like, it's just because, wait, where was the condo event, by the way? What was the location? But I'm like, yeah, that's a great example. Guys, should I make a video? I don't know if you guys know this, but some of my best videos are videos I've done on Sony. I'm being kind of, is facetious the right word? Like, if I go to my top videos, guys, this is how you know that I am passionate about Lumix and not Sony. Hold on. I got to go to my videos and show you guys. So if I go to my all-time top videos, maybe I just go to my, oh, here we go. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 6th most viewed video is 12 must-know settings on the Sony a7S III. And then my 4th most viewed video was the a7S III versus the Lumix S1H. I mean, that one includes Lumix. But yeah. Oh, and then guess what? My 8th most viewed video is 5 secret settings on the Sony FX3. Anyways, this is what I'm saying is, like, you know that I'm passionate about Lumix because I still make more Lumix content than Sony content. I mean, I don't even use Sony anymore, but even though some of my most liked viewed videos are on Sony cameras. So why didn't Sony invite me, guys? Guys, why didn't they invite me? Come on, guys. Somebody's gonna clip that and they're gonna make it seem like I'm hating. I am a little bit, okay? Not by going on the trip. I don't care to go on the Sony trip. I'm more just poking fun at the whole situation of the Lumix S9 event. And yeah, so Santa Barbara at the Ritz-Carlton. Oh, so it wasn't like a place like Japan. That's why it wasn't a big deal, Cam. Shit, and they know it. Hey, Cam, I appreciate you stopping by, man. And everybody, by the way, anybody who's in chat should go subscribe to Cam because he makes amazing content. And you're almost to 100,000, I think. And he also makes content on Lumix as well. So if you want to see some high-level Lumix content outside of, you know, the Lumix inner circle, you should definitely look at Cam's channel. But not even just Lumix, but just filmmaking things in general. So please go check out Cam, everybody. Okay, one second. Make sure I don't miss anything. My question was, when you got started, did Lumix reach out to you or did you reach out to them? Mighty, I actually made a video about that. I can post it as well. If anybody wants to learn, I'm going to tell you anyways, but if anybody wants to learn a little bit more about my backstory with Lumix and how I got involved, I'll link the video. But the simple answer is, the answer to your question is, they reached out to me. Where is the video? So this video talks about my journey with Lumix. Tell you the story. It also tells you about like what gear I own, what gear is mine, and what gear is like Lumix has sent me. So Where the hell is the S1H Mark II? That's what I'm saying, Northern City. Where is it? S1 successors. Yeah, S1 Mark II. I know. I'm waiting for that one too. Natural as possible. Prefer limits to make super small micro four thirds. I bet you that that's something that they will do because of how well the S9 has done. And I see a lot of videos on the, what is it? The Lumix, is it the GX80? I see a lot of videos suggested to me on YouTube of that camera. And I almost guarantee they will make like a tiny like Lumix micro four thirds, and they'll make smaller lenses. Like I almost guarantee they will. That's, I don't know anything. That's just speculation, but like because of how well this did, I bet you they will. And how well I see the GX80 on YouTube, like just makes sense. Hey, I appreciate you, Cam. Sorry if you're already gone. I appreciate you, brother. Any rumors about wireless audio device that uses the hot shoe? No, but that is a really good idea. I never even thought of that. He made you buy the DJI LiDAR? Dude, I bought that thing so fast. It was probably bad that I bought it so soon, but it was a really inspiring video. What are my thoughts on the dual lens set? Thinking of saving up and investing into that system. Lens set with the look for the, especially for the price. I agree. It's weird on the dual lens. It's something I didn't say in my video, but it's like a sharp lens set, but it's not like a rigid sharp. I don't know how to explain it. I love the dual lens. It's just my opinion though. I am very happy. I have the full kit, even the 21mm. I'm very happy with it. So there you go. I'm missing on the S5 2X after I got the GH7. Oh yeah, the flash sync port. Yeah, for timecode. Yeah. Yeah, S5 2X doesn't have that. For me, it's not really that big a deal. There's only been like one time on set where I could have used the flash sync port, and I had the S5 2X as opposed to the S1H at the time. So, yeah. Just gonna go through these real quick. Let's see if I can view them. I was gonna pull up my photos I got on my trip to Japan on 35mm. I wonder if I can view them. Can I go through them? Oh, I can. Nice. All right, guys. So my next video is going to be kind of the end of the stream. I'll still answer questions, Lumix related and everything. But so again, I recently got into shooting 35mm photography on my Minolta XG7. This is technically a Sony because Sony owns or bought Minolta, right? But yeah, I've been really loving shooting photography, and my next video is going to be about this trip and shooting photography for the first time. Film photography, sorry, 35mm film. And here's a bunch of photos from my trip, actually. So this was shot on Portra 400. So this is a park in a place called Beppu in Japan. This was actually after the Japan event that we went to this place. So just gonna kind of scrub through them, and I'll stop on the photos that are my favorite. But I was kind of just getting photos because I'm still new, you know? I don't really know exactly how these film stocks look, and I'm still trying to discover my favorite ones. But yeah, this is Portra 400. Just tried to get some like interesting architectural shots. I really liked this one because this is a university. I think, yeah, this is a university at this place, and it looked down over the city. It was really cool. Yeah, and this is just another view Beppu. This reminds me a lot where I live. But yeah, if you ever go to Japan, I highly recommend Beppu. Yeah, like I was shooting like this. I probably overexposed a little too much because I want to see more detail out here than in the car. So we're learning. All of this is unedited, by the way. Some shots of the city. This is super cool. This is a hot spring that runs through the city. Yeah, so there it is right there. That's a hot spring right there. My feet. Am I wearing those shoes? No. I was going to say I could show you my shoes to prove that it's me. Yeah, there's more of the hot spring just running through. This is like a Japanese cemetery. Yeah. Super cool shots. This is just the ocean. Some of these shots I got on my camera, but these are like huge if you've never been to Japan. This is Don Quixote. It's like a Walmart, like a super store in Japan, basically. There's just like some thing up in the mountain. I was like, what is that? That's that park. Yeah, that park is beautiful. This was on a different lens. What lens was this? This was on the 58. Yeah, a lens that is kind of broken, so I wasn't sure if it would, if the pictures would look nice, but just wanted to take some to see how it looks. But yeah, I think that's the last one. Yep, right there. It's the last one. I've got more. Don't worry. I got more. So that was Portra 400. Let's see. Nope. That one's no good. And then Kodak 200. This one is actually my favorite film stock. When a new camera's coming, he spills the beans without knowing he did. His manner and schedule always gives it away. Huh. It's good to know, actually. Sean gives it away. New lens set with 1.9 throughout. Not sure when that is going on pre-order sale. Any ideas? Are you talking about the Tyrassic ones? Everyone has their take on under or overexposing in camera. What is technically the correct exposure to base it off of? Are you talking about film or are you talking about Lumix, Kyle? Because guess what? I have a video on that when it comes to Lumix. On Lumix, sorry. If you watch this video, that will tell you all the answers. It's actually not a dumb question. It's actually a very good question. I've used the Tyrassic. I used a sample lens, the 50 millimeter. I think that the other ones have more character, but they still go well with the other lens set. So it kind of just depends. I think they're interesting. They are close focus. No worries, Al. Hope you have a good one. I appreciate hanging out and chatting. I'm gonna show this roll of film because this is actually the best roll. But and then it goes straight to a blurry photo. There you go. That's a good one. So this is Kodak Gold. If you guys don't know, this is a YouTuber. His name's Harris. Yeah, I actually work for him full time. Yeah, this photo turned out amazing. Yo, what's up, Zensei? I appreciate you stopping by to say hi. There I am. I'm out of focus, but that's okay. There's Matthew and father of birds. That photo did not turn out apparently. Neither did that one. Wonder what those were. It's good, kind of like architectural shot. Just done on I don't know. I just love the way that this comes through and like the texture from the beams and whatnot on the stairs. I don't know. Like it just looks cool. This is Osaka Station. This is also Osaka Station. Just cool architecture. Man, I feel like I nailed the exposure on these too. There's another shot of Matthew. There's Caleb, us with the S9s. This is Josh. There's Tyler, if you guys know Tyler. Sorry for not watching it. Oh, don't say sorry for not watching it. I don't expect everybody to see all my videos, Kyle, but it's just easier for me to send you to that video than explain it. So yeah, it's another cool shot. That one was out of focus. Yep. Cool Gaishi? Is that what it's called? Geisha. That's what it is. The geisha in Kyoto. Dude, I'm so upset about this picture too. I want to fix my eyes, but I'm blinking, and I'm like, of course, this would be such a good photo, but I'm blinking in it, of course. Yeah, this one I'm actually framing. This one's gonna go on my wall. This is the main like photo that like in the video I'm gonna post. This one just turned out so good. The Golden Temple. That one's also really good. Got a lot of the Golden Temple. A grainy image is charging, which is from an analog camera, right? Yeah, I know. I don't understand it either, Kai. Like, the grain in this is so much more just like pleasing. Yeah, that one didn't turn out. This is Kyoto as well. Just a beautiful like river with these parks. Just a lot of people. Us on the train. That one I was experimenting with exposure, and then boom, we got I love this photo. This is Cody, by the way. This photo just turned out so sick. Yeah, just experimenting with exposure. Now I know, like, you basically can't get the what's it called? The sun in this on film. You just gotta overexpose the sky if you want to see detail in here. S9 is fire. It is fire. This is actually shot on my film camera cut, but this was from the event from Japan. I've got one more. Oh wait, I got two more. Hey, would you look at that? This is on a Fujifilm 400. It's Harris, one I work for. That's kind of a cool shot, actually. I didn't think that shot was very cool, but it actually kind of looks cool seeing the motion and stuff. You know, it's blurry. Yeah, I learned on this roll as well. Like, me at the airport on the way to Japan. Me just trying to experiment with the timer. Because I didn't know how the timer worked, but yep, there it is. The Minolta. Me in the bathroom. S5 Harris on the plane. The exposure actually turned out pretty decent. Dude, that shot's sick too. So's that one. Ooh, that one's really good. Yeah, I love that one because you can see detail out here through the plane window and stuff. That one looks good, pretty good too. Dude, the sky was just crazy on our way to Japan. Father of Birds. It's on the flight. There's Kofi. There's iPhondo or Farouk. Is that how you say his name? There's Josh. What's crazy? So Josh, on the way to Japan, there was a couple that wanted to sit next to each other, and they had a first class seat, so he got first class on the way. I was so jealous. But I got a picture of him. You think it'll go down in price? I bet it will. Black Charlotte from Lucas Lab, going to give it a try. What'd you say is the best light for that LUT? So I made that, dude, that LUT, I feel like I did a great job on that LUT. It's one of my favorite looks I've ever created. But let's say the best light, mixed lighting. I think that LUT looks the best in mixed lighting. Outside, it doesn't look like you can still make it look good, but like, I don't know, I have a harder time making it look good when I'm outside. But like inside, mixed lighting, dude, I don't know, that LUT looks so good. Just my opinion. Yeah, and there's when you show up to Japan, kind of experience some of the trip as well. You show up to Japan, Panasonic's there waiting, and another of Josh and Matthew put us on a bus, head to the hotel. That's a good one too, of Osaka Tower. Ooh, that one's even better. Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, I've learned now too, dusk. You can actually still see detail right here, but at dusk, yeah, I need to overexpose more by like 2 stops. Yeah, even this too. Like, it looks really good, but I would have overexposed it a little bit. Maybe by 1 stop at least, but yeah, we're learning. Sounds good, Hassan. Let me know what you think. GH7 or S5 2X? Depends. Do you like full frame or do you like micro four thirds? That's honestly the question to ask. Cause yeah, I would prefer S5 2X. Oh wait, I've got a bunch more rolls. Okay, this is crazy. All right. I got a picture on film. Okay, it's that one. I got a picture on film of the Aurora in Utah. Isn't that crazy? That never happens in where I'm from in Utah. But I got the Aurora when it was around here on film. So sick, man. Definitely one photo for the books. It was a little shaky because I didn't have a what's it called? I didn't have like a remote trigger, but I'm gonna kind of go through these. So this stock of film, the camera I was using was actually my barber's that I took to Japan with me, and the camera was busted, so that's why a lot of these shots are pretty noisy. This one turned out good. So yeah, it wasn't, or they're very underexposed, these shots. But then I figured out it was broken halfway through shooting this roll. Kind of a cool picture. This is a Dotonbori in Osaka, by the way. Really cool. This was shot on Cine Still. Yeah, this is when I realized that it was broken, the meter in my camera. And so yeah, I started this is like one of my favorite shots I got, like favorite portraits I've gotten on film. And it's of Anthony. If you guys know Anthony, you guys should go subscribe to him too. He does a lot of stuff on Canon. He does a little bit on Lumix, but yeah, I love this shot. The light leak right here, the one coming up here, like the exposure looks good. Yeah, this was a great portrait. One of my favorites. The rest of that roll is not really interesting because I didn't want to, it was since the camera was broken, I didn't want to use the whole roll. Both are tools, not toys, right? Yeah. My near Salt Lake City. There's a cool convention there this weekend at the Palace. What convention's there? Because yeah, I am near Salt Lake City. I'm based, quote unquote, in Salt Lake City, you could say. Okay, this is the last one. I'm so sad that this roll was not all the way started. Because yeah, that was a good shot, but it's okay. We still got the castle in there. There's Cody. This was on I have a roll right here. This was shot on Electra 100. Blade Show West. Oh, if you're into knives and all that. couldn't make it. I'm like kind of into that stuff. I would probably go for content, do like street photography. That's why I would go. Oh, I just realized that I'm not on here. So this is the last roll, and then I'm going to end the stream. But yeah, this is Osaka Tower. Then Cody. This light leak's really cool. Panasonic. Her name's Emmy. There's Anson, Josh, Fatherbirds, Emily. This is in Nara, Japan. So this is where the deer are that you can just walk up to. The Gerber knife. Oh yeah, I've heard of the custom knives. Some little Japanese kids that were saying hello to me. Yeah, I'm surprised that this the blacks in this don't look very good. I think I swapped between a bunch of different lenses, but I was either using this. I think most of the shots are on this little 28mm lens. 28 f2. Trying to remember what lenses I brought, but I'm pretty sure this is mostly on 28mm. And there I am with the S9. I love this shot too. This is one that's worthy to print as well. Oh, you're a professional knife sharpener? Reflections are tough for me. Do you have a polarizer? Have you tried using a polarizer, or does it not help? So this is the whole like Lumix group. These are all the and Lumix employees. You can even see Sean right here. But yeah, this is the group that went to Japan. Lumix. I'm taking the photo, obviously. You can see Tyler right here. Tyler paid his own way, by the way. He helped me shoot a lot of the stuff I shot in Japan. And shots of me, but yep. There's Matthew in the background. Caleb, Anson, Josh, Cody. I don't know if you know a lot of these people. Mercedes, Pewter. If I were to buy a printer? Ooh, that's a good question. I have no clue, actually. I love this lens flare. There's Tyler. I have no clue, to be totally honest, what printer I would buy. I just farm that out. I love this photo. You know who did a really good video? When we end stream, I'm gonna link to Peter's video that he did on the S9. It is so sick. Yeah. This was kind of cool. This is where they've made what's it called? What do they make here? What is it called? Sake. God, I don't know what's happening in my brain. But yeah, this is like a really, really, really old sake like distillery. So cool. Yeah, this is where I've learned now, if the sun is in the shot, I need to overexpose, because yeah, there's the details in the shadow. You just can't really maintain. And I guess I could edit this and like brighten the shadows. Maybe I can bring that detail back, but I just feel like with film, you can't do that. It's not, I guess I could on these ones just to see, but there's Caleb, but I could just do it on these ones now that I know how to expose better, and it could save the photo better. I love this shot. It's a cool shot, the train tracks, so. Better soft light. Look up a polarizer, Kyle. If you're having a hard time with reflections, a polarizer will help a ton with reflections. You'd never buy an HP? I think I have an HP. I do, but it's just for printing paper. It's not for like photos, so. I like this photo too, but I underexposed a little too much, so. Can't wait to move to Japan, honestly. I love Japan, and I want a vacation home in Japan. If I could ever afford a vacation home, I would probably buy one in Japan. To be totally honest. good shot of Harris. This is a place that we stayed at after the event. Yeah, these photos turned out good too. I just think this, this is one of my favorite rolls, favorite film stocks. Kodak Gold 200 and Electra 100 so far are my favorite rolls. Yeah, it's so cheap there. I know. It didn't used to be cheap though. I went to Japan like in 2014, 2013 maybe. Maybe it was 2013 or maybe it was 2012. 2013, around that time. It was not cheap then when I went. So just because it's cheap now doesn't mean it'll always be cheap, but it is really cheap right now. So the houses, I actually don't think Japan will get too much more expensive just given their like current state. This is more of a Beppu and the other place that we stayed at down south. Yeah. I just know the last one's more of a hot spring. I was just trying to finish that roll so I could move on to another one. So yeah, let me find Peter's video. And link it for you guys. That's going to be the end of it though. I'm actually going to leave. So just so you guys know, I'm going to leave this live stream up for anybody to view. Yeah, let me know, what did you guys, while I'm finding this video, what do you guys think of this stream? Do you like this kind of format? And oh damn, he's getting quite a few views now. Dude, he's gonna be huge. I haven't been watching. Did I watch this one? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Gotta link this video to you guys. Wow, this video got a lot of views actually.
It makes it super.
This is the video though, guys. I'm gonna link it to you. It's on the S9 about the Japan trip. 100% everybody should watch it because yeah, he did a fantastic job on it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this live stream format. It's I'm thinking of doing it. I don't know if I'll do it once a week or if I'll do it once every other week or once a month, but I do want to do live streams like this more often. I think it's a fun way to connect with you guys. It's a fun thing to just get content out that I don't necessarily want to make like a full video on, kind of like this news stuff, and to just talk about Lumix in general. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the video up though so everybody can watch. I'll have links to everything in the description, so socials if you want to follow me. If you like Lumix, you enjoyed this stream, you're into film photography or anything, then yeah, please subscribe. Let me just finish up this chat and then I'm gonna head out. So you can hear cicadas in that shot. Blade West, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can this weekend, but it sounds interesting. So you want to live in Fukuoka? They have tech and media companies? I didn't know that. I've gone through Fukuoka, but I haven't been to Fukuoka. So visit Okinawa. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, William. My sister lived in Okinawa. She loves what's it called? She loves Okinawa. Yeah, Okinawa. She wants to move back there and like live there. She lived there for a couple years, and yeah, it's chill and you can talk to chat. Good. I'm glad you like it. In the video, drop the price by 200. Yeah, I honestly kind of agree. Wild ride. I think yeah, the S9 with no record limits would be pretty crazy. I feel like they could do it, but I don't know. We'll see. That way there's no expectations. That's true. I could just do it when I feel like it. The only thing is, maybe what I'll do is I'll do it when I feel like it, but I'll try to schedule it out like a week before I do the stream. So then you guys can, you know, like see when it's coming, right? Because I did this one, I scheduled it like an hour in advance. But if I can schedule it like a week in advance, then I think that would make it easier to know when I'm going to do another one. So yeah, that's a good idea. Becoming a Lumix fan. You're catching the Lumix bug. Lumix is where all the cool kids are, okay? Cam Mackey knows. Could be smart to pick up a couple of topics to dive into. Perhaps a couple of hot takes. I kind of like that. I actually did. I don't know how long you were here, Kai, but I did give some hot takes in a way. But yeah, I can give some hot takes. It's a good idea. Like, we could do like, I kind of want to have like a format so that you guys can at least have an expectation of how the streams will go. So maybe, yeah, like we kind of talk about gear, and we can just talk about whatever throughout, but like Lumix, we talk about gear though. Anything new, we talk about gear / anything new, maybe some like hot takes or things I've seen online, and then we can just talk about whatever, movies. You know, this one I wanted to show you guys those film photos that I got in Japan, and that will be the next video. I'm actually working on it, and yeah, that will be the next like full video. It'll be an interesting one. We'll see how it does on the channel, because yeah, it's not really about Lumix specifically, but it's about shooting on the it's about why I started to love film. I never expected to get into shooting on film, but I am a huge fan of it now. So, best ramen in Japan. Dude, I had some fire ramen in Japan. It's kind of a tourist trap, but it was really good. Any ramen is good in Japan, really. Even the cheap hole-in-the-wall ramen. S9 overheats. It does. If you, after so much time of hitting record, once it hits the record limit, it does overheat. Week or a few days, that's good, yeah. Definitely caught the Lumix bug. When you catch it, it's hard to lose it. I think I'll just end with that though, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by and chatting. Until next time. Happy filming. Any Leica lens on the Lumix camera? I have. I used the 24-70. I'll answer that last question and then I'll go. I have used it, yes. I did the 24-70 Leica. It worked, you know. Sounds good and mighty. It worked just the same. I just think Leica lenses are super expensive, and they're not that much or even really much better than shooting on Lumix. Sigma is just a great value because they're very similarly, like, they're very similar in quality to Lumix, but they're cheaper. So that's why Sigma, I think, is great. But Leica doesn't really seem, it's, to me at least, it's worth buying that unless you already have Leica stuff. So, all right. Anyways, peace. Happy streaming. Happy filming, not streaming. I'm streaming right now, but this is about filming, not streaming. Happy filming.